What's up, truck fans? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about the 5 best trucks you can buy for under $20,000 that will easily last another 200,000 miles. These are budget-friendly, proven workhorses that won't break the bank up front or drain your wallet with repairs. Let's get into it. Starting off at number 5, the 2014 to 2016 GMC Sierra 1500 with the 5.3-liter V8. You can find clean examples of these trucks with 80,000 to 120,000 miles for $18,000 to $20,000, and they've got plenty of life left in them. The 5.3-liter V8 in these years is the sweet spot before GM started having the lifter problems with the newer dynamic fuel management system. This engine makes 355 horsepower, runs on regular unleaded, and will easily go another 200,000 miles with proper maintenance. The key is keeping up with oil changes using quality synthetic oil every 5,000 miles. The 6-speed automatic transmission is proven and reliable. It's been refined over multiple generations, and when you change the fluid every 50,000 miles, it'll last the life of the truck. Many owners report original transmissions with 250,000 plus miles still shifting perfectly. What to look for when buying? Check for rust on the frame, especially if you're in the rust belt. Look under the truck carefully. Surface rust is okay, but flaking or holes are deal breakers. Check the oil consumption. These engines can use a bit of oil, but if it's excessive, more than a quart every 2,000 miles, walk away. Test the AFM system. Listen for lifter tick on cold starts. A slight tick is normal, but loud ticking or rough running indicates lifter problems. Check the transmission fluid. It should be red or pink and smell slightly sweet. If it's dark brown or smells burnt, the transmission hasn't been maintained. Make sure the 4-wheel drive engages properly if it's a 4-wheel drive model. Test it in a parking lot. It should engage smoothly without grinding or clunking. The interior on these Sierras holds up well. Look for wear on the driver's seat, bolster, and steering wheel. Excessive wear might indicate harder use than the odometer shows. Check all the electronics. Heated seats, power windows, infotainment. These electrical components can be expensive to fix. For $18,000 to $20,000, you're getting a reliable full-size truck that'll handle work duty, towing, and daily driving for another 200,000 miles. Parts are cheap, any mechanic can work on it, and it's a proven platform. The Sierra is essentially the same truck as the Silverado, but often sells for less because people prefer the Chevy badge. That works in your favor as a value buyer. At number 4, the 2013 to 2018 Ram 1500 with the 5.7-liter HEMI V8. These trucks are everywhere in the $15,000 to $20,000 range with 90,000 to 140,000 miles, and the HEMI engine is proven to last 300,000 plus miles when maintained. The 5.7-liter HEMI makes around 395 horsepower and sounds absolutely fantastic. It's a powerful, durable engine that rewards proper maintenance with incredible longevity. The MDS cylinder deactivation system in these years is generally reliable and helps with fuel economy. The 8-speed ZF automatic transmission is one of the best automatics ever made. It's smooth, responsive, and incredibly durable. This is the same transmission used in everything from Jeeps to luxury cars because it's that good. Change the fluid every 60,000 miles and it'll go 300,000 plus miles without issues. The interior quality in these Rams is outstanding. Even 10-year-old models with 150,000 miles still feel solid and comfortable. The seats are supportive, the materials hold up well, and the overall design is timeless. This is where Ram really excels over the competition in this price range. What to look for? The HEMI needs regular oil changes to stay healthy. Check the maintenance records. If the previous owner used quality synthetic oil and changed it every 5,000 to 7,500 miles, you're golden. Look for the HEMI tick. A slight ticking from the valve train. A little tick on cold start that goes away is normal. Loud, constant ticking indicates neglect or lifter problems. Check for exhaust manifold leaks. The manifold bolts can break, causing a ticking exhaust leak. Listen for it on cold starts. It's not a major issue. You can get aftermarket manifolds and bolts for a few $100, but it's a negotiating point. If the truck has air suspension, test it thoroughly. The air ride gives an amazing smooth ride, but the components can fail. Listen for the compressor running excessively. Check that all 4 corners rise and lower properly. If the air suspension is failed, you can convert to coil springs for about $500 to $800, so it's not a deal breaker. Inspect the rear differential. Some Some rams with the anti-spin differential make a slight whirring noise. That's normal, but loud clunking or grinding is a problem. Check the diff fluid. It should be clean and at the proper level. Look at the frame for rust, especially behind the cab and near the rear axle. Surface rust is expected, but heavy scaling or perforation is a red flag. Check the rocker panels in bed. These are common rust spots. For under $20,000, a HEMI Ram 1500 is an incredible value. You get a powerful, comfortable, capable truck that'll easily go another 200,000 miles. The only real downside is fuel economy. Expect mid-teens in mixed driving, but you're not buying a HEMI for fuel economy. You're buying it for power and reliability. At number 3, the 2005 to 2015 Toyota Tacoma with the V6. These trucks hold their value like crazy, so finding one under $20,000 means you're looking at 2005 to 2012 models with 150,000 to 200,000 miles. But here's the thing that's barely broken in for a Tacoma. The 4.0-liter V6 in 2005 to 2015 models makes 236 to 270 horsepower depending on the year, and this engine is legendary for durability. You'll regularly see Tacomas with 300,000, 400,000, even 500,000 plus miles on the original engine. Just keep up with oil changes and this engine will outlive the truck body. The manual transmission is bomb-proof. You literally cannot kill it. The automatic transmission is also very reliable, though earlier models, 2005 to 2011, can have shifting issues. A transmission fluid change with Toyota Type 4 fluid often fixes it. What makes the Tacoma special is the resale value. Even after you drive it for another 100,000 miles, it'll still be worth $12,000 to $15,000. You won't lose money on this truck. That's unheard of in the automotive world. What to look for? Frame rust is the biggest concern, especially 2005 to 2011 models. Toyota had a frame rust issue and extended warranties, even replacing frames on some trucks. Get under the truck and inspect the frame thoroughly. Use a screwdriver to poke the frame. If it goes through, walk away. Surface rust is okay, but scaling, flaking, or perforation is a deal breaker. Check for the frame recall. Some trucks got new frames under warranty. If it had the frame replaced, that's actually a good thing. It's essentially a new truck underneath. Ask for documentation. The 2005 to 2009 models had timing belt engines. The belt needs replacement every 90,000 miles at about $800 to $1,000. If you're buying one with 180,000 miles and there's no record of the second timing belt replacement, factor that into your offer. The 2010 plus models switched to a timing chain, which is maintenance free and lasts the life of the engine. Test the four-wheel drive system thoroughly. Some Tacomas had issues with the front differential actuator. The four-wheel drive light should come on solid when engaged, not blinking. Drive it in four-wheel drive, it should engage smoothly with no grinding. Check the leaf springs. Heavy use or overloading can crack leaf springs. Look for rust or cracks. Replacement isn't expensive, but it's a negotiating point. The interior in Tacomas is basic but durable. The seats hold up well, though driver's side bolster wear is common. The dash shouldn't have cracks. Cracked dashes indicate sun damage and generally harder use. For $15,000 to $20,000, you're getting a mid-sized truck that'll go another 200,000 plus miles without breaking a sweat. Parts are available everywhere. Any mechanic can work on it and the resale value stays high. The Tacoma is the single smartest used truck purchase you can make. It's not the most comfortable, not the most powerful, but it is the most reliable and best value retention. At number 2, the 2011 to 2014 Ford F-150 with the 5.0 ladder Coyote V8. You can find these trucks with 100,000 to 140,000 miles for $17,000 to $20,000. And the 5.0 liter engine is one of Ford's best and most reliable power plants. The 5.0 liter Coyote V8 makes 360 to 385 horsepower depending on the year. It's a naturally aspirated engine with no turbos to fail, no complex systems to break, just a well-engineered V8 that loves to rev and will go 300,000 plus miles with proper care. The 6-speed automatic transmission in these years is proven and reliable. It's a simple transmission that shifts well and lasts when you maintain it. Change the fluid every 60,000 miles and it'll go the distance. These F100s hit the sweet spot. They're modern enough to have current safety features and technology, but not so new that they're expensive or plagued with new tech problems. The 2011 to 2014 generation is incredibly reliable. What to look for? These are the aluminum body years. Ford switched to aluminum in 2015. The 2011 to 2014 still have steel bodies, which some people prefer for durability and repair costs. Check for rust in the typical spots: cab corners, bed, and rocker panels. Southern trucks are ideal since they don't see road salt. The 5.0 liter uses direct injection, which means carbon buildup on the intake valves is inevitable. If the truck has 120,000 plus miles and has never had the valves cleaned, plan on walnut blasting around 150,000 miles for $500 to $800. That's preventive maintenance, not a repair, and it'll run another 150,000 miles after that. Check the spark plugs. The 5.0 liter uses long reach spark plugs that can break during removal if they haven't been changed regularly. Ask when plugs were last done. They should be changed every 100,000 miles. If the previous owner has records of the 100,000 mile service including plugs, that's a green flag. Test the four-wheel drive system. These trucks use electronic shift on the fly four-wheel drive, which is convenient and generally reliable, but the actuators can fail. Test it in 4H and 4L in a parking lot to make sure it engages properly. Check for the cam phaser rattle. The 5.0L can develop a rattle on cold start from the cam phasers. It usually goes away after a few seconds and isn't a major issue if caught early, but if it's loud and constant, it can indicate a problem that'll require $2,000 plus to fix. Inspect the front suspension. These trucks eat ball joints and tie rods if driven hard or off-road. Jack up the front and check for play in the ball joints and tie rod ends. They're wear items and not expensive to replace, but it's a negotiating point. Look at the bed. Check for dents, rust, and bed liner condition. A beat-up bed indicates work use, which isn't necessarily bad, but make sure the maintenance was kept up. A clean bed with a spray-in liner indicates an owner who took care of the truck. The F-150 is America's best-selling truck for a reason. Parts are everywhere and cheap. Any mechanic can work on it. The aftermarket is massive if you want to modify it. For under $20,000, a 5.0 liter F-150 is an outstanding value that'll serve you well for another 200,000 miles. And finally, the number one truck under $20,000 that'll last 200,000 plus miles is the 2007 to 2013 Toyota Tundra with the 5.7 liter V8. You can find clean examples with 120,000 to 180,000 miles for $18,000 to $20,000. And these trucks are legendary for reliability. The 5.7 liter V8 makes 381 horsepower and 401 pound-feet of torque. It's powerful, smooth, and incredibly durable. This engine will easily go 400,000 plus miles with just regular maintenance. The timing chain is designed to last the life of the engine. The port injection means no carbon buildup issues. Everything about this engine is built for longevity. The 6-speed automatic transmission is equally bulletproof. It's smooth, reliable, and will last 300,000 plus miles with regular fluid changes every 60,000 miles. Many Tundra owners report never having transmission issues, just fluid changes, and it keeps working perfectly. The frame on these Tundras is incredibly robust. Toyota overbuilt these trucks after lessons learned from the Tacoma frame rust issues. The frame is thick, well protected, and rust resistant. You'll find 15-year-old Tundras with clean frames even in the Rust Belt. The interior quality is outstanding for a truck of this era. Toyota used high-quality materials that hold up incredibly well. You'll see Tundras with 200,000 miles that still have tight-feeling interiors with minimal wear. The seats are comfortable and durable, the dash doesn't crack, and everything just feels solid. What to look for? The Tundra is so reliable that there are very few common problems, but there are still things to check. Look at the frame, especially if you're in the Rust Belt. While these frames are rust resistant, road salt can still do damage over 15 plus years. Check the frame rails, cross members, and rear suspension mounting points. Surface rust is fine, but serious scaling or perforation is a red flag. Check for exhaust manifold leaks. Some Tundras develop exhaust leaks from cracked manifolds or broken studs. Listen for a ticking sound on cold start that increases with RPM. It's not a major issue. Aftermarket manifolds and studs, fix it permanently for $800 to $1,200, but use it to negotiate. The brake system on these trucks is robust, but inspect the calipers and rotors. If the previous owner towed heavy or drove in mountains, the brakes might be worn. Check the brake fluid. It should be clear or slightly slightly amber. Dark fluid indicates it's never been changed and could indicate neglect. Test the 4WD system thoroughly. The Tundra uses a shift-on-the-fly system that's reliable, but the actuators can fail after 150,000 plus miles. Engage 4H while rolling and listen for grinding or hesitation. Test 4L in a parking lot. It should engage smoothly. Check the suspension. The Tundra has a robust suspension that handles heavy loads, but ball joints, tie rods, and bushings are wear items. Jack up the front and check for play. These parts aren't expensive and are easy to replace, but factor them into your negotiation if they need work. Look at service records. The Tundra thrives on regular maintenance. Oil changes every 5,000 to 7,500 miles. Transmission fluid every 60,000 miles. Differential fluid every 60,000 miles. Coolant every 100,000 miles. If the previous owner has records showing this maintenance, you found a winner. The interior should be clean and well maintained. Check the seat bolsters for wear, look at the steering wheel and shifter for excessive wear, and test all electronics. The AC should blow cold, the radio should work, and all power accessories should function. Here's what makes the Tundra the best value. It'll go another 200,000 plus miles easily, possibly 300,000 plus. The resale value stays high. Even after you put 100,000 miles on it, it'll still be worth $12,000 to $15,000. The reliability is unmatched. You'll spend money on normal maintenance, but very little on repairs. Parts availability is excellent, and while Toyota parts can be pricier than domestic, you need them far less often. The fuel economy isn't great. Expect 14 to 16 miles per gallon combined. But you're not buying a Tundra for fuel economy. You're buying it because it's the most reliable full-size truck ever made. For under $20,000, this is the absolute best value in the used truck market. And there you have it, the 5 best trucks under $20,000 that'll easily last another 200,000 miles. These are proven, reliable workhorses that won't drain your wallet. Whether you go with the value-packed GMC Sierra, the powerful Ram HEMI, the legendary Tacoma, the versatile F-150 Coyote, or the bulletproof Tundra, you're getting a truck that'll serve you well for years to come. The key to making any used truck last is proper maintenance. Change the oil regularly, keep up with transmission and differential fluid, fix small problems before they become big ones, and don't abuse it. Do that, and these trucks will reward you with hundreds of thousands of miles of reliable service. What do you think? Which truck would you choose? Have you owned any of these? Drop your experiences in the comments below. If this video helped you, smash that like button and subscribe for more truck buying guides and reviews. And remember, the best truck is the one that's reliable and fits your budget. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.